you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, I say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player. Certainly mighty proud to say I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden. Help me cultivate horse sense and a cool head.
Now get up and know the territory. You go into town to call on the train, and they're sitting there waiting for you with tar and feathers to run you out to the city limits on a rail. Oh, you think that's funny, huh? Well, wait till it happens to you. Your hair never grows back.
But why should you get run out of town on a rail?
Because he sells band instruments, and uniforms, and instruction books. And I'm guaranteed to teach every one of them kids to play.
Sam's Teresa.
And I'm forming them into a band with himself as the leader.
What's wrong with that?
He don't know one note from another, that's what's wrong with that. He can't tell a bass note from the pipe organ. He's nothing but a bare-faced, double-shuffled, two-bit fiddle ringer. And I'm gonna catch up with him one of these days. And when I do, I'm gonna have on him so fast. Territory's tough enough without him fouling up the nest.
Wow, you're mad. Charlie should like to be around when you catch up with that fellow.
Well, it won't be on this trip, not in Iowa. Not on your kidney plaster. He's too smart to pull that flim-flam out here. Not on his neck-boat Hawkeye.
More!
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll have to give Iowa a try.
I don't believe I caught your name there, mister.
I don't believe I. Giraffe. center of town.
It runs right down the middle of the street.
Excuse me, neighbor. I'm looking for a good hotel.
Try the Palmer House in Chicago.
Excuse me, stranger. I'm new in your town. What do you folks do for excitement?
Mind our own business.
You are in Iowa. Iowa. Well, at least now I know how to pronounce it. I always thought you folks preferred Iowa. Well, he just said Iowa.
We say it now and then, but we don't, like anybody else do.
We are from Iowa. Yes, I know that. Well, you folks sure know how to make the body feel at home.
There's nothing halfway about the Iowa way to choo-choo, which we may not do at all. That's why we're hot. We've never been without that we recall. We can be cold as you're falling, thermometers are in December. If you ask about our weather in July, and we're so high, not summer, needing strength. What she knows is for a week at a time, and never see eye to eye. What the heck? You're welcome. Show your strength of thinking. You can run a move, you bring yourself. You really ought to give Iowa a try. Provided you are contrary. Good morning, Nation. Good morning, Nation.
It is if you want to go around your drawers all day.
And there I was in Jackson, and nobody come to see, because it will never come, and Bertha never come. And Bertha's dead. She wouldn't have come anyway. We can be cold as we're falling, thermometer in December. If you ask about our weather in July, and we're so high, not stop or being sad. Touch your noses for a week at a time, and never see eye to What the heck? You're welcome. Glad to have you with us. Even though we may not have her mention it again. You really ought to give Iowa. Oh, God, Iowa. Dubuque, Des Moines, Davenport, Provincetown, Mason City, Keokuk, Hayes, ought to give Iowa a try.
Mr. Squires, yes, I'd like to inquire about a rate for Sunday.
Then I expect to see the man in charge of hiring rates, who is late as usual.
Riggs?
Riggs? No one here by that name.
Marcellus? Marcellus Washburn.
Gregory, of all the people to run into in Iowa, Gregory! You old son of God, what? But Greg!
Hill's the name this trip. Professor Harold Hill.
But what are you doing here? Why didn't you let me know you were coming?
I know I was going to come myself. And besides, how was I supposed to know you'd wind up in a little tank town like this? You used to be a pretty big slicker when you were in business with me. Here, you hiding out or what?
Too many close shaves the way you work. Besides, I got me a nice, comfortable girl. Ethel Toffenmeyer, the boss's niece.
So you're legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
So what's the new pitch? Oh, you're not back in the band business. Last I heard you was in steam automobiles.
I was.
What happened?
Somebody actually invented one.
No.
So now I'm back at the old stand.
Not boys' bands. They've got no call for a boys' band in this town. Anything these Iowa folk don't already have, they do without.
You got music.
We got a gramophone over at the barber shop and a stuck-up librarian gives piano.
Gives piano.
Oh, main lady should expose you before you get that bag unpacked.
Now, Mars, you know that maiden lady librarians who gives piano are a specialty of mine. You just, I'll let you know when you see her coming. And I'll back her to a corner and breathe on her glasses.
There she blows.
I'll do it. But I won't like it.
That's not the librarian, that's Mrs. Shin, the mayor's wife.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Shin.
Don't change the subject.
Is something the matter?
The same thing is the matter here, as is always the matter here. Look, is this the sort of book you give my daughter to read? This ruby hat of Omar Khayyam. I am appalled.
I did recommend it. It's beautiful Persian poetry.
It's dirty Persian poetry. People lying out in the woods eating sandwiches, getting drunk with pitfall and with gin, drinking directly out of jugs with innocent young girls. No daughter of mine.
Mrs. Shin, the Ruby out of Omar Khayyam is a classic.
It's a smutty book. Like most of the others you keep here, I dare say.
Honestly, Mrs. Shin, wouldn't you rather have your daughter read a classic than Eleanor Glenn?
What Eleanor Glenn reads is her mother's problem. Just you keep your dirty books away from my daughter.
Well, you sure picked yourself a town.
Why don't you let me take you over to the hotel?
I'm not sure I'm staying yet. At first, I have to get myself into one of those Iowa Google bags.
Greg, it ain't easy.
All I need is an opening. Now, you remember the pitch. Now, what's new around here? What can I use?
Well, the other day, a farmer from the north end of town brought in an egg that had 3 yolks in it and made the paper.
Oh, that's exciting, all right. I know, what do you talk about?
Well, there's the weather, of course, when it's in season.
Mars, I need some ideas if I can get your talent out of the serious trouble that it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. I need to create a desperate need for a boys' band. Now tell me, what can I use? What's new around here?
Nothing. Except the billiard parlor's just put in a new pool table.
You mean they've never seen a pool table before?
Nope, only billiards.
That's it. See you later, Mars. And remember, if you see a music teacher,
Music teacher.
Mr. Dunlap,
Yep.
either you're closing your eyes to a situation you don't wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Already, here's the trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a Peter Flair, certainly buying in front of Sam, always waiting in front of the safe. I consider that the hours I spend with the cue in my hand are gold. Let's cultivate horse sense and cool and keen eye. Let's take a try to do the iron that leaves yourself from 3 real billiard shots. But just as I say, it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score in a ball from line game, I say that any move. Again, take and shove a ball in our pockets. And I call that slog. The first big step on the road to the depths of every day, say first. Medicinal wine from a teaspoon, and then beer from a bottle. And the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a big back suit. And listen an open race and they sat down right on the horse. Like to see some stuck-up jockey boys sitting on damn catch. I make your blood boil, I should say. And now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in a table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Now, all week long, your River City youth will be frittering away. Say, your young men will be frittering away the noontime, suppertime, chore time too. I'll get the ball in the pocket, never mind getting nickel and pulling the screen door packing on the beefsteak pocket. Never mind pumping any water to your parents' pot. With a sister and empty on a Saturday night, you got trouble. I guess you got lots and lots of trouble. I'm talking about the kids with the knickerbocker shirt tail, the young ones peeking in the pool hall window after school. You got trouble, folks. Right here in the city. A trouble with a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Now I know all you are the right kind of parents. So I'm going to be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while they're loafing around that hall? They'll be trying out Vivo, trying out Cuban, trying out tailor-made like cigarette fiends. And bragging all about how they come up telltale breath with sense and one fine night. They leave the pool hall and at the armory. 13 men and startled women and ragtime. Shameless youth that drag your son, your daughter to the arms of the jungle. Animal instinct, mass hysteria. Friends, the idle brain is a devil's playground trouble.
Oh, yes,
All right, here in the city.
right here in the city.
Over the capital P that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
That stands for
Oh, we surely got trouble. All right, here in the city.
right here.
Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school.
Our children's gonna have trouble.
Mothers of River City, when your son leaves the house, does he revoke with his knickerbockers below the knee? Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? Is there a dime novel hidden in the corn crib? Is he memorizing jokes out of Captain Billy's whiz-bang? Are certain words creeping into his conversation? Or words like swell and so's your old man? If so, then my friends, you got trouble.
Oh, we got
All right,
trouble.
here in the city.
Right here in the
Oh, that
city.
capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool.
That stands for
Oh, we surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
All right, here in the city.
Right here.
Remember the Maine, the Plymouth Rock, and the Golden Rule.
Our children's gonna have trouble.
Oh, we got trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble. That game with the 15-numbered balls, the Devil's School.
Devil's School.
Oh, yes, we got trouble, trouble, trouble.
Oh, yes, we got trouble here in the big
With a capital T.
capital T.
That rhymes with P.
Rhymes with P.
That stands for pool. Remember, my friends, listen to me before I pass this wave of once.
Oh, we got trouble, trouble, trouble. Right here in the city with a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool. That stands for pool. We surely got trouble, trouble, trouble. Right here in the city, right here.
Did you drop the order?
No.
I think I need you in.
No.
I'm only going to be in town a short while.
Good.
Is that you, daughter?
Yes, Mama. Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute. Hello, Mama. Fine, dear. Now your exercises.
Yes, Mom. I told us to remember the library being open last 4th of July.
It was, Mama, all evening. Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me in Balzac.
Excuse me for living, but I've never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old card. A book from mentality, River City pavement, taking it all too much to harm.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern that the ladies in River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman has a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can't quote Balzac and Shakespeare and all the other highfalutin Greeks.
Mama, if you don't mind my saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
Now I haven't changed the subject. I was speaking of that stranger.
What stranger?
With the suitcase you gave me and never lost chance.
Mama, do you think that I alone come in fashion? No, really, Mama. I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention.
I know all about your standards, and if you don't mind me saying so, there's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to that blend of Paul Bunyan, St. Patrick, or Buster. You can pack it for yourself on your Irish imagination. You're able to store it in your library for books.
Well, if that isn't the best I ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I have a...
May I have a drink, please?
You may.
Winthrop, after dark. Is there a way to walk into the house?
Hello.
That won't do it all. I'll have a kiss from my boy. The lady over there is your sister, young man. Hello, Winthrop. Winthrop, where's your manners? I'm having a party on Saturday. Would you please come? I would especially like it very much if you come. Winthrop? Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis has asked you to a party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No what?
No, thank you.
No, the little girl's need. He won't say Amaryllis because of the S, because of his lisp. He's ashamed. We know all about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop, I'll bet he won't say it.
No, thank you, Amaryllis.
Amaryllis, Amaryllis. Why? Why does he get so mad at people? Just because he lisps?
It's not only because he lisps, Amaryllis. That's just part of it.
Well, what's the other part?
Never mind, dear. It's just that he never talks very much.
Not even to you and your mother?
No, dear. We have to be a little patient.
I'm patient, even though he doesn't ever talk to me. But I do him. Every night, I say goodnight to him when the evening star. You have to do it the very second you see it, too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
Dear darling, don't cry. You have plenty of time. If not Winthrop, there'll be someone else.
Never. I'll end up an old maid like you. I'm sorry, Miss Marion. Can I play my crossword piece?
May I play my...
May I play my crossword piece?
You may.
See, without a sweetheart, you have no one to say goodnight to on the evening star.
I know, Amaryllis. For the time being, say goodnight, my... someone. You can put the name in when the right someone comes along.
All right, it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my crossword piece.
As mayor of River City, I welcome you, River citizens, to the annual 4th of July exercises set up for the indoors here at Madison Gymnasium on account of the weather. 4 score and 7 years. Members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. Oh, the members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some disagreement about costumes, I suppose. Instead, the Watanyi girls from the local wigwam of Hiawatha will present a spectacle, My Wife. In which My Wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, will take the leading part.
In the Indian tongue, een, teen, tada, fada, fim, jin.
I wouldn't leave if I was you.
Mrs. Shin will recover. They'll face a certain unloving who is a disgrace to our city. 4 score and 7 years ago, our fathers
There's a pool table in town.
Now just a minute here. Will you allow me to after the exercises?
We don't want any more exercises until we get this pool table matter settled.
Let's protect our children.
Protect our children!
Resist civic corruption. Smite the devil and keep our young boys pure. Friends, may I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I yield to troubled friends with a wave of my hand, this very hand. Please observe me if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to coordinate the River City Boys Band. Well, just think, my friends, how can any pool table hope to compare to the gold trombone? Rah, 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 rah. You remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did to the famous Maple Walls of Jericho. Oh, billiard pile of walls come tumbling down. Well, a band will do it, my friends. Oh, yes, I mean a boys band. Now, can you hear me? See, River City's gotta have her boys band, and she needs it right today. For Professor Harold Hill's on hand, River City's gonna have her boys band. As sure as the Lord made an apple, that band will be in uniform. Oh, Willie, Johnny, Teddy, Fred. And soon you'll see the glimmer of crashing cymbals, and the thunder of drums, and the thunder of trumpets, time to rock. And soon you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I want some Thundering, thundering, louder than before. Double bell euphoniums and big bassoons. Each bassoon's having its big bad say. 50 mounted cannon in the battery. Thundering, thundering, louder than before. Clarinets of every size, trumpeters who improvise a full octave higher than the score.
than trombone.
It's that heck horns that does it. Extra Mr. Bill ain't got anything like it.
Or even Des Moines.
I'll stake my River City band against any town west of Chicago.
What band? Honestly, a bunch of grown men. Along comes this fly-by-night salesman and you're all taken in.
She's right. That man is spellbound. I haven't seen Iowa people get so excited since the night Frank Dutch and Stranger Lewis landed a man for 3.5 hours without moving a muscle. Never mind. I want that spellbinder's credentials.
Sir, credentials?
Grab that woman. You will float into shit.
Thank you, Professor. Gotta make an example of him. Ringleader, you know. What he does, the gang does.
Great Hall, let me go!
You wild kid, ya. Hang around my oldest girl. This probably one of them day laborers south of town. You wild kid, ya. Tagged down Main Street after my oldest girl last Sunday.
I wasn't even tagged.
Don't you contradict me.
We was just walking together. Great Hall!
You watch your phraseology. I know what you was doing. My little Gracie's senior. Now you stay away from my oldest girl or you'll hear from me till whole life right on. Hell, I'll talk to you Monday morning about this band thing. Over at City Hall. 10 o'clock sharp. Then, I want this. Spellbinder's credentials.
Credentials! Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy.
But Professor, you don't know this kid. He's tough, but he's got his gang waiting outside.
Oh, well, be careful. Now, Tommy, I'd like to talk to you about the band.
Archie, Professor, that's for the little kids.
I'm not talking about playing in it. You're mechanically minded, aren't you? Ever do anything with perpetual motion?
Yeah, I nearly had it a couple of times.
You did. And you're my man. Do you know that no one's ever invented a music holder for a Martin Piccolo player? See, nowhere to hold the music.
Great Hall, wonder where I can get some wire from.
And try your cellar. That's usually where people keep their wire. Oh, Tommy.
Yes, sir?
Now, Constable, I'll show you how to break up a gang. Young miss, what's your name?
Listen, Nita, I didn't have any idea you was backing into me. Because...
Gina, do you know Tommy Gilas?
Well,
Tommy, this is Nita. Please escort the young lady home.
only accepting I'm not going home. I have to go to the library because...
And escort the young lady home by way of the library. By way of the candy kitchen.
Yes, sir. Do I have to?
Oh, you have to.
Yes, sir.
You're a pretty bright young fella. You made a couple mistakes, though.
Oh.
The mayor happens to own the billiard parlor and the new pool table.
What was my other mistake?
That's Anita. She's the mayor's oldest girl.
Excuse me, Professor. We would like to have your credentials. We are the school board.
Academic certificates!
Nothing of the kind.
We need papers and letters.
Make him put up a bond! Yes, of course I just... Wait a minute, what am I hearing? You, sir, sing up. Ice cream.
Ice cream? But I don't sing on that.
Then talk. Down here.
Ice cream.
Talk slow.
Ice cream.
You see? Singing is only sustained talking. And now you, sir. Ice cream. Ice cream. And now you, sir. Ice cream. And now you. Ice cream. Ice cream. Ladies, from now on, you'll never see one of these gentlemen without the other three.
Oh, my Professor, you're wrong. They've hated each other for 15 years.
Ice cream! Ice cream! Ice cream! How can there be a innocence here? Where is the good in good ice please. Professor Hill.
Professor? Of what? At what college do they give a degree for annoying women on the street like a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall?
I wouldn't know about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. The Gary Conservatory, class of '05.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? Another thing, Mr. Hill. I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some people in this town, and I think it would be fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in there, which may very well give me some interesting information about you.
And thank you for meeting, madam. And as I was explaining before, it's a golden key, as it were. Your key to the magical world of music.
Well, none of our family has been exactly what you would call musical.
Oh, madam, that you do not know. And now, the main thing is imagination and proper instruction. Here, you, young man, sing a... I love music, mommy.
I love music, Mommy.
And now you, young man. I love music, mommy.
Me too, Mommy.
Oh, madam, it's amazing. The two members of the same family with absolutely perfect pitch.
Well, Professor, where do I sign?
Right here.
Hey, Gregory.
Oh, hey, Mars. And don't call me Greg.
So, how'd you make out with that music teacher?
Oh, the music teacher. Scrumptious. I ate out of the palm of my hand, and I tipped my hand.
She did? Well, you sure cut a plot tonight. For a minute, I even thought you knew something about leading a band. Just like when you used to imitate that concert band fellow back in Joplin.
Aw, kid stuff. I'm in rare form these days, son. And just you keep your eyes on me for the next 4 weeks or so.
4 weeks? It only used to take 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
Oh, it still does. But it takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
Oh, no, Greg, you haven't added uniforms.
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction books? But you can't pass yourself off as a music professor. I mean, not for any 4 weeks. But you don't know one note from another.
Well, I've developed a revolutionary new method called the think system, where you don't bother with notes.
But in 4 weeks, the people are going to want to hear some music. You'll have to lead them.
But when the uniforms arrive, they forget about everything else. At least, long enough for me to collect and leave. Oh, this is a refined operation, son. And I have time to write down to the last wave of the brakeman's hand from the last train out of town. Now, Mr. Washburn, if you'll excuse me.
Gonna line yourself up a little canoodling, eh? Say, I can fix you up with that little sister. Nice girl, teaches Sunday school.
No, wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent Sunday school teacher for me. That kind of gal spins webs the spider ever. Now, boy, a gal who trades in all that purity merely wants to trade my independence for security. The only affirmative she will file refers to marching down the aisle. No golden, glorious, gleaming, pristine goddess. No, sir, for no Diana will I play fawn. I can tell you that right now. I snarl, I hiss. How can ignorance be compared to bliss? I sparkle, I fizz. For the lady who knows what time it is, I cheer and I rave. For the virtue I'm too late to say. The sadder but wiser girl for me. take a chance on a more adult romance. I know you young miss who keeps resisting. All the time she keeps insisting. No wide-eyed submissive female. No, sir. Why, she's the fisherman. He's the fish you see. What? I flinch. I shy. But when the last of the delicate air goes by, I smile. I grin. When the gal with a touch of sin walks in, I hope and I pray for her to win just one more aim. The sadder but wiser girl's the girl for me. The sadder but wiser girl for me.
And the Cleve. I'm so excited about the band. I'm at the top of my pianola girl. Oh, and this is Ava Scrub, and Mrs. Squires, and Mrs. Hicks, and Mrs. Britt. And of course you already met Eulalie McCackney-Ship, our mayor's wife. Isn't this exciting, Eulalie?
Oh, I could not say. Oh, no, I could not say. I could not say at this time. My husband will wish to investigate, I'm sure. And naturally, I am reticent. Oh, yes, I am reticent.
Yes, of course. I understand, Mrs. Shin, but you see, my music plans includes a committee on the ladies. No, wait! Do that again, Mrs. Shin.
Do what? What did I do?
The way you raised your foot just now.
Oh, well, I have a button in
The
there.
what grace, what natural flow of rhythm, what expression of line and movement.
Oh, well, Mr. Hill,
Please say you'll accept the chairmanship for the ladies' auxiliary for the classical dance. Mustn't she, ladies?
Oh, yes,
Oh, that remove you make, Mrs. Shin. This speaks. Will you say yes, Mrs. Shin?
Eulalie McCackney-Ship. Ah, well, that is, well, dancing well.
And you accept?
Yes, indeed, and I would like to say that
Thank
it's...
you. Now, the young lady who plays the piano, Marion Pruitt.
She must have picked him out first crank out of the box.
Talking up to a man like that,
He wouldn't take him to talk about her if she didn't take turkey up to him. Brazen. Ought to take that ticket, punch it for her.
picked her out first black like a cheap jack.
Not much pick to her, if you ask me.
Pick a little chocolate.
Pick a little talk, a little cheap, cheap, cheap.
Chocolate, pick a little more.
Pick a little talk, pick a little talk, a little cheap, cheap, cheap.
Pick a lot, pick a little more.
Pick a little talk, a little, pick a little talk, a little cheap, cheap, cheap.
Pick a lot, pick a little more.
Pick a little talk, a little, pick a little talk, a little cheap, cheap, cheap.
Pick a lot, pick a little more.
Pick a little talk, a little, pick a little talk, a little cheap, 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 cheap.
Pick lots of her kind of woman doesn't belong in anything they pick a lot. Of course, I shouldn't tell you this, but she advocates dirty books.
Dirty books.
Pick a little talk, a little, pick a little talk, a little cheap, cheap, cheap. Pick a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little snack. Cheap, 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 cheap.
And the worst thing, of course, I shouldn't tell you this, but
I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town till she came here. Old miser Medicine.
Old Miser Madison. Madison Gymnasium? Madison Picnic Park? Madison Hospital? That Miser Madison?
exactly. Who'd he think he was anyway?
Well, I should say, show off. Suppose he gave the town the library, too.
That's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city. But he left all the books to her.
She was seen going and coming from his place.
Oh, yes.
That woman made brazen overtures. Pick a little talk, a little
The kids that cared
cheap,
to love.
and golden glint in her eye, a silver cheap, counterfeit light. Just melt her down and you'll reveal a chit chit chat is cold as steel. Pick a little heart, cheap, 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 cheap. That's how you wanna be. Solitary building, but he left all the books to her. Pick a little talk, a little cheap, cheap, cheap.
all right. I know everything and it doesn't make any difference.
What are you talking about?
You were young. Anyone can make a mistake.
What?
No apologies, no explanations, please. After all, I'm only in town for a short while, and the sadder but wiser girl for me.
Will you please make your selection and leave?
Well, what I am.
Well, what do you want to take out?
The library.
Quiet, please.
Marion, you're not listening. Marbles Marion, 6 Steelies, 8 Aggies, about a dozen Peewees, and 1 Classic with an American flag in the middle. I think I'll drop it.
No!
Madam Librarian. What can I say, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marion, heaven help us, the library caught on fire. The volunteer hopes were gaping, and whisper the news to Marion. Madam Librarian. What can I do, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marion, if I stumble and I busted my watch, you would call it. I'd lie on the floor unnoticed. My body had turned to carrion. Madam Librarian. But in the moonlight, a man could sing it. In the moonlight. And a fellow would know that it's true, and every word of the song is the moonlight helping along. But when I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. I could never win. An unforgivable sin. And he talks about love, Librarian, such as Madam Librarian. marshmallow.
Sir,
Oh, hi, Tommy.
I think I've got it.
Oh,
My musical for marching piccolo player.
I see.
I still have a couple of minor spots I'm working on.
So what seems to be the difficulty?
Well, when you hold it tight enough to keep the music steady, you cut off the circulation in your arms and you can't wiggle your fingers. And meanwhile, you could go blind.
Well, I'd say it still needs a little work. Hey, so let's say you want to check out a few prospects with me.
You mean you're going in there?
I don't see any quarantine sign.
Oh, gee, Professor, do we really got to?
Well, it is pretty late. I tell you what, it's about noon, so you run home and get some dinner. I'll try a couple on my own.
Goodbye, Professor.
See you, Tommy.
Just a minute here. Are you listening? You haven't got a license.
No, I collect doorbells. This particular one has a specific tone, Polly, that...
Flattery will not avail you. Soliciting is statutory in this county. That offense is not a permit. And why haven't you went down to City Hall for references?
Just missed you. Mr. Mayor, your little finger. Oh, no.
What?
The spread of the little finger, it's hereditary.
Oh, it is? What does that mean?
It means that your son, little finger, is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good. It means that America's at last produced an artist that can flugel a minute waltz in 50 seconds.
How can I get one of the horns?
Oh, sign right here, Mr. Mayor. That'll be $17 for his money.
Yes, sir. Just think, I've been in this whole... My son's gonna...
Oh, George!
I haven't got any son!
I never said that you did.
Well, what do you know?
Well, I would certainly know if I gave you a son.
I'm not talking to you.
Who were you talking to?
Him.
Who?
That unscrupulous flew-by-night, unflappable salesman Hill would never down in City Hall this by-God papers at 3 o'clock.
George, you're not making any sense.
I could make myself make plainer if I was a Quaker on his day off. Yes.
So you need to call the doctor for your father. I think he's going insane.
Do you realize that you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
Why, if your son has that same firm jaw and those splendid cheek muscles, well, not that he can be really great or anything.
Oh, is that so? I didn't ever say British white rose.
Well, you see, all the great cornet players are Irish. Oh, Clark, oh, Mendez, oh, Klein.
But Professor, we are Irish.
No, really. That settles it. And your son was born to play the cornet. A sign right here, Mrs. Prue. And not a penny due until the first installment, and payable at the opening of band practice. Oh, and I'll need the boy's measurements for his uniform.
His uniform.
Hello there, son. Certainly his uniform, and not a penny due till delivery, which gives him 4 weeks to enjoy, to anticipate, to imagine, and no cost whatsoever. Never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the pleasures and excitements of today.
Would it have
A stripe? Certainly, my boy. A wide red stripe on each side. What do you say to that?
You'll have to excuse me, Professor. We can't get you to say 3 words a day with your oaths. But if you get him to play in that band, you'll have St. Michael's up with everything. But if anyone could do it, I bet you could. Out of a crowd like me, can be a hot, carrying, clay pipe smoking, shamrock, iron, laminating, the terrace all windows, singing Irishman. We don't need any jabbers. Where are you from, you buddy?
Carmignano.
I knew it, yeah. Where did you say?
Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
What's your name?
Gary, Indiana.
That's a wonderful name.
A name for Albert Gary, of judiciary fame. Gary, Indiana, as a Shakespeare would say, drips along softly on the tongue this way. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, that's the town that knew me well. If you'd like to hear a logical explanation, how I happened upon this solid syncopation, I can say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome, but Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. Gary, Indiana,
Gary, Indiana,
not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome,
but
Gary, Indiana,
Gary, Indiana,
Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home.
When I asked him for a logical explanation, how he happened on this elegant syncopation, he replied without a moment of hesitation.
There is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana,
Gary, Indiana,
not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome,
but
Gary, Indiana,
Gary, Indiana,
Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. Good evening, Miss Marion. Peru. I thought that name sounded familiar. I've been trying to see you since the other night.
He wants to put Winthrop in the band. We're not interested, Mama.
But Marion, the boy might have his father's musical gift. He does have my joy at all.
Your husband was musical? Well, I'd like to have a talk with him.
Do you burst in on everyone's homes like this? Pry into personal affairs? We're not interested.
Marion.
Well, that's one for and one against. I say let the boy's father decide.
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh, I'm sorry. But that's all the more reason why your brother should have
My brother is an unhappy child who can't understand why his father was taken away from him. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding about it for 2 years. As to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Miss Marion. I get the feeling that she likes the idea. Oh, a little cautious, perhaps. But I like that in a woman. And just do keep me alive, and I'll be back later in the week.
One more, Professor, about the boy's measurements. I make all of his clothes. Sleeve 21, waist 18, crouch 40.
Yes, that's fine. And I really must get back to the hotel.
Oh, and I hope you'll excuse Marion. She's not usually the way
Oh,
she
don't worry about a thing, Miss Peru. I'm sure that heart is lovely, as caring as yourself. Good day to you, Widow Peru.
Has he gone?
He has. But I hope not forever. Darling, don't you ever think of your future?
No, Mama. Surely a girl's future doesn't depend on encouraging every fast-talking, self-centered, woman-chasing traveling man who comes to town.
All right, darling, all right. Only it's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop! Winthrop, I know you're in there. Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large brown volume with black corners.
Do I have to?
You won't have to say a thing. I've written it all down. Thank you, dear.
Now what are you up to? Why did you books at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling the Indiana Journal will help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
A fine-looking man. And educated, too. Gary, Indiana conservation class in what fave?
The fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me, nor does anything else about him.
Well, I give up. At your age, if you don't mind my asking, what are you waiting for?
Well, I'm not waiting for Luther Griner, who backs me into the ancient history shelf every time he comes into the library.
He does.
Or Ed Gambish in that buggy of his with the removable back seats.
Well, if you're waiting for your knight in shining light armor, I'm not waiting for that either, Mama. What are you waiting for then? Mary and Peru, if you don't mind my asking, don't you ever think about being in love?
Being in love, Mama? Being in love used to be my favorite dream. Oh, yes. I've been in love more than
Now, men, you'll each receive individual instruction in due course. But in the meantime, stay off the streets. And, think about the minuet in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Sister, isn't this the most scrumptious soggle thing you ever saw? I never think I see anything so scrumptious as this scrumptious soggle thing. Oh, sister.
Problem one for you, Mr. Bill, but I'm here since I got tootin' out of them horns in pretty short order, or I'll see you over at the grand jury at the county seat. Now, Miss Barrett, about that book.
Come, George, time to dispute it.
You watch some phraseology. Get along if you want to. I gotta get something from the librarian. About that book.
The ladies dance committee meets on Tuesday nights. They'll be counting on you.
We will now take a 15-minute intermission. Thank you.
Hurry along, ladies, hurry along. Attention, students. Let's work on our posture exercises. Now turn. Take the body with you. Lovely, ladies, lovely. Let's have a go at our Grecian herbs. 1. Grecian herb. Grecian urn. And a fountain. Splendid, ladies, splendid. I know. Girls, I think that our Del Sart will be the highlight of the ice cream sociable. Gentlemen, if you're ready. Oh, remember, ladies, don't make me tell you again. Always keep your face to the audience. Gentlemen, if you will.
It's you in the sunrise, it's you in my cup, it's you all the way into town. It's your sweet hello here that sets me up.
If you want to play the minuet in G, think the minuet in G. It's a simple meeting of two minds, yours and Beethoven's. All together now.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da, la-di-da. Professor, I can't even think how to hold the horn. Right, has these little spigots on each side, but which one's which?
Experimentation, trial, and error.
Could you show me?
Now, son, I'm gonna tell you something. The great Giuseppe Creatore once told me under like circumstances. Professor Hill, he said, this is your instrument. Cherish it. Don't let anyone else play around with it. Not even me. Not even you. Until you're ready.
Yes, sir.
Now once more, all together.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da, la-di-da.
Tommy, can take control here. Another half hour at least on minuets.
La-di-da, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da, la-di-da.
Please give the
Unfortunately, Mayor was pretty upset about the pool table and all. Well, I suppose a recommendation from a musical professional like yourself would help, but I couldn't ask you to do a thing like that.
Why, Professor?
And then you would?
I'd be glad to. I just wish I was a little more informed. I've been wanting to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
Winthrop's cornet. Ah, yes. The mother of pearl keys.
I'm sure it's fine, but you see, he never touches it. Well, the first week or so, he made a few experimental flats, I guess you'd say.
Yes. Lots.
And he sings the minuet in G almost constantly.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
La-di-da, la-di-da.
But he never touches the cornet.
Well, you see.
He says you told him it wasn't necessary.
Well,
he tells me about some big system. If he thinks the minuet in G, then he won't have to bother with the notes. Now, Professor...
now, Miss Mary, the think system was a revolutionary method, I'll admit. But so was Galileo's conception of the heavens. Columbus's conception of the globe, or egg. Bach's conception of the well-tempered clavichord. Now, we can't discuss such matters in public. If you'll allow me to call, when may I call?
Why, any night this week.
Chip, 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 dance with the tires and pick a little talk a little chip, 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 go loud, get golden and shimmering your hair and silver shoes for all to slap. We know that you will soon unfold and the chip, 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 yes, go here. Well, here's the heart. Chip, 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 fairy princess, perfect pure, golden shimmer, silver shoe, now unfold. Heart of gold, here where woman's heart should be. The professor told us to read those books, and we simply adore them all. Chocolate, chocolate, pick a little chocolate, check it, lock, pick a little more, pick a little chocolate, that little chocolate, cheep, 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 pick a little chocolate, cheep.
Sorry, Professor, but we have our orders.
We all present time.
Yes, congratulations. Now let's see. I tried to give you gentlemen my references and credentials a couple of times this week, but you always seem to get off the subject somehow. Now, if gentlemen you want over to the hotel, take me a second.
I'm afraid I'll have to go along with you there.
Yes, let me see if I have my key here. It's this. Why, it's a testimonial from Madame Reedy, the only female bassoon player ever to play in the Red Path Circuit. A stage name, of course. Actually, she is from Moline. Lyda Rose Quackenbush.
Could I see that for
You'll never forget the name. The same as the old song. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose. To get the sun back in the sky. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose. About 1,000 kisses shine. Ding dong ding, I can hear the
taught me a song about it that hardly has any X in it. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. Let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. That's the town that knew me well. If you like to have a lot of luck with me, how I happen down to tell you things of the yard. I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome. But Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. If you like to have a lot of luck with me, how I happen down to tell you things of the yard. I will say without a moment of hesitation, there's just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome. But Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. I'll be back in a minute. I have to show Amarillo my live frog. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Leave the dishes, I'll do them, Mama. Don't you have to return it to social? It's time later.
Kids live around here somewhere.
The Shin home is on Easttown. This is Westtown.
Ah, criminy. Ah, see, you're the piano teacher in town. And you must know about this fella Harold Hill forming a boys band around here.
Yes?
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Swindling two-bit thimble rigger. That's why I got to see shit. I'm just passing through, you know. Number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop. Sure wish it was 20, though. Would sure like to concentrate 5 minutes on you, girly girl.
Who are you?
Name's Charlie Cowell, anvil salesman. But just right now, I'm out to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from that two-bit swindler.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Big mistake, my old lady's corset cover. Why, that fella's been the raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth just long enough. I spoiled Illinois for me, but he ain't gonna spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of music teacher are you anyway? You didn't see right through him. Why, he's no more a professor.
I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director, and his scholastic ability...
Wait a minute! Fine director, have you heard one note of any music from any band?
Well, no, but...
But nothing, girly girl. He never formed a band in his life, and he never will.
Well, if you'll just listen to me for a minute, then I'm sure...
I'd like to. I'd like to do more than that. I sure got the inclination. But I gotta get on that train. I gotta deliver this dynamite to somebody on the way to depot. Bye, girly girl. See you next time through.
You'll never make that train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
No, sir. I gotta leave word. I can see you ain't the one to leave it with.
Well, just a minute, Mr. Cowell. You don't know me yet.
Well, is that an invitation?
No, I meant I don't know you.
Yeah, well, I need more time anyway.
I mean, as well as I'd like to.
Well, no trouble there, girly girl.
I've never met a man who sells anvils. That's something, well, quite different.
Well, you know, it takes a real salesman, I can tell you that. Anvils have a limited appeal, you know. What am I doing? I missed that train, I'll get fired. And I gotta leave word about that fella Hill.
Well, leave word with me.
Not on your tin type. How do I know you'll deliver these goods?
Try me.
There's your train, now run for it!
Why, you double dealing? Who do you think you're dealing with? That guy's got a tail in every
jelly on the stove, Mama.
Well, I'll put some on.
Shall we set, as your mother put it?
Well,
You did say I could call.
did I? I didn't mean anything.
Now, Miss Mary, I'm not inferring that your invitation meant anything more than academic enlightenment. Think system? I've been by your house a time or two this week to try to explain it to you. There always seem to be people over. Mostly ladies, I thought.
Yes, Mrs. Squires and several of the ladies.
Good. I wouldn't want anyone beating my time. You wouldn't? No, ma'am. Well, I can see now's not a convenient time. I'll see you at the sociable later.
Professor Hill, is it true that you've had 100? Well, what I'm trying to say is it really true that you've developed a think system?
A think? Oh, yes, a think system. It's very simple, really. About as simple as whistling. You see, no one has to show you how to use your lips in whistling. You just think of the tune here, and it comes out clearly here. Now, just try it before you ask any more questions.
I take your word.
Couldn't we sit down?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music teachers?
I dare say you meet dozens, even 100. Have they all been as fascinated as I have with the think system?
Some more, some less. But one young lady even thought of the same system before I got to her town. She showed me a few refinements.
I see.
Have I said anything wrong?
Please don't let me keep you, Professor Hill. I'm sure you have many more important things to do than to explain the think system to me.
I can't think of one.
I must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now say, where would you ever get an idea like this?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Now, Miss Marion, you mustn't believe everything you hear. People even hear rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Manny.
Uncle Manny?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me a sure job so Mama and Winthrop and I would have some security. Well, surely you don't believe.
No, of course not. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Now, why do you think those people start those rumors?
Narrow-mindedness, jealousy. Well, jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly. And jealousy mostly starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Oh, nothing about you personally, just generally.
What have you heard generally?
Well, just that stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to, I mean, take you for instance, your attention to customers and well, teachers might easily be misinterpreted, mightn't they? I mean, now honestly, mightn't they? And so you say, if another salesman or somebody else were jealous, well, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
I...
It just proves that you shouldn't believe everything you hear, doesn't it? I mean, if you just discuss things, then...
Miss Marion, I would be glad to discuss anything in the world with you. We could only do it sitting down. Do sit your knees, bend enough.
We could go sit in the parlor.
We could go sit on a hollow log at the footbridge.
Couldn't think of it. Never been to the footbridge with the man in my life.
Just to talk.
I have to dress for the sociable.
Then maybe there in 15 minutes.
I just can't. Please, maybe some other time, tomorrow.
My dear little librarian, pile up enough tomorrows, and all you find is, all you've collected is a lot of empty yesterdays. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd like to make today worth remembering.
So would I.
The footbridge, 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
the uniforms have arrived, the kids are already in them, and those people are going to be screaming for music if those kids show up at the sociable.
Yeah.
Here's most of the dough. I got time to collect it. He's trying to keep the kids together, at least, pretending to hold a practice over the lumberyard.
All right, go get the rig.
I got it.
What time's the freight go?
9:40 at the junction.
Well, it's not even 8:30 yet.
Look, if you want a turtle whirl around here,
I'll
stop coming
Pizza hotel in plenty of time. Go get the rig. Miss Mary, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes, and
I'd say you're about 26 years late. Took you all this time to get to the footbridge with the fella.
to tell you the truth, it was almost longer.
Oh.
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. Suppose I'm not the first to think it easier to think before you, not under the spell of your salesmanship.
No, you're not implying that I've tried to sell you.
No, you've given me something. That's why I came.
I don't recall again.
Yes, you have. Something beautiful. That's why I came, and I'm glad. Please don't think that I expect too much more. One can't expect a traveling salesman to stay put. There have been many ports of call. There'll be many more. There's no reason for me not to be grateful for what you have left behind for me.
Marianne. Excuse me. I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. This could be it.
What now? Who's the salesman around here? Looks like she's selling and you're buying.
Are you nuts? I'm not gonna be able to leave tonight. I keep her off balance, didn't I?
She's so off balance, you can't tell her from catfolk or hurricanes.
You listen here, Buster Brown. I've come up in the race for this skirmish, and I'm not leaving without my commission.
You can't get anywhere out here on the footbridge.
I know a place over at the sociable. Makes this footbridge look like the old ladies' home. Now beat it, go get the rig. go into that now, do we?
No, we don't. Or ever, for that matter, Harold. The librarian hasn't felt like doing much research lately. She did plenty when you first came here.
About what?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory, gold medal, past Lot 5. Harold, there was no conservatory in Lot 5.
Why, there's certainly...
Because the town wasn't even built until Lot 6. I'll see you at the social.
But you knew.
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came. I tore this page out of the Indiana Journal. It was originally intended to use against you. Now I give it to you. With all my heart.
Marion. Why, you little... And 110 cornets played the air. Then I modestly took my place as the one and only bass, and I piled up and down the square.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love.
110 cornets played the air.
Our star is shining, it's bright as light.
There were horns of every shape. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be.
110 cornets played the air.
I wish I may, and I wish I might. So good night, my someone. Good
I'll say I'm crazy, missed my train, and probably lost my job. But I got you now, Hill, and you'll pay. Where you been at Cleek right now had it not been for that piano teacher. I tell them all about you, and what did she do? Literally gags me around till I couldn't get to shit. That little man dried up, hungry doctor around.
Get out of here, I'll kill you, you dirty mouth.
You bully, you big bullhard. I'm gonna stay in this town till you get yours up, down, through, and sideways. Why you never even knew the territory?
Greg, here's your stuff. The race in the alley. Come on.
And now we arrive at the high watermark of the evening's festivities. The River City Ladies Rhythmic Dance Group, under the direction of my wife, Julie McKechnie-Shin, will now give their interpretation of...
Grecian urns.
Yes, Grecian Urn.
One. Grecian urn. Two. Grecian urn.
you know that? Now go, please hurry.
Rick! He's not here. Let's look down by the creek. Right.
Winthrop! Wait a minute there, son.
Let your son leave me go.
Hold on a second. I want to talk to you.
I won't listen. You won't tell the truth anyway.
Would to.
Would not.
Would to. Tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty rotten cook?
Yes.
Then leave me go, you big liar.
You wanted the truth, didn't you? Now you're going to stand right here and take it off, because I'm bigger than you. Now, there's two things you ought to know. The first thing is, I think you're a wonderful kid. I thought so from the start. So I wanted to put you in the band so you'd stop standing around moping and feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always was a band kid.
I wish you never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe him?
I believe everything he ever said.
But he promised us.
I know what he promised us, and it all happened, just like he said. The lights, and the flags, and the colors, and the symbols.
Where was all that?
The way every kid in this town walked around here all summer and looked and acted, especially you, and the parents, too. Does Mama wish he'd never come to River City?
Well, you do, don't you?
No, Winthrop. Now go, Harold.
Please, Mama, hurry up.
I can't go with them.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I finally got my foot stuck in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you.
Rick, Mom, they're here.
That way! Wait a second, that way, that way!
We got you now, Dale.
You'll never work in this town again.
Nobody fails in my parlor.
I'll never go back. Wah!
To the program at this point. Rest assured, the snake in our bosom would have been misapprehended by this time. Yes. And always remember, fellow river citizens, I did everything in my power to prevent this dire happening from happening. Fourscore.
Let's
Accept.
get on with that.
Yeah.
We could do 300 uniforms just tonight.
I haven't seen a uniform yet. I haven't seen a uniform or my voice. It's just after something.
He's a kidnapper. Situation here.
Just a minute. Merchandise trial. And if there are those, as I have heard, who are melting feathers and plucking tar, I will not say them names.
Well, I should think there ought to be some of you who could forget our everlasting, idle, stubborn, chip-on-the-shoulder arrogance long enough to remember River City before Harrowsville arrived. Do you remember? Well, do you? Surely some of you ought to be grateful for what he's left behind for River City. And if so, I should think you'd want to admit it.
They're wasting a great deal of time here. If there's anyone in this hall who does not want to see this man held, tarred and feathered, let him by God stand up. Delilah, sit down. And the rest of you standing there like a coat of Shropshire sheep. Have you forgotten how you paid money for expensive uniforms? High-priced band instruments. And technical instruction books. Have you forgotten the clear understanding and warranty that your child would be taught to play in a band?
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Davy, that's my
And now, being that this is closing night, we'd like to bring out some very special people whom without this show would not be possible. The backstage technicians. Bringing out a very special mascot, the band mascot, Music Man Madison. Ms. Janine Piscotti and Diane DeMacy, our stage managers, with their assistants, Laura Saunders, Jesse and Leha. And the people we would not be able to hear without, Rebecca, Vicky, and Jan Verleen, our mic shop technicians. Joan Townsend and Barb Tenuta, our costumes and production managers. Procurement, Judy Bruins and Katie Milton. Nancy Vandermolen on Playbill Design. On makeup, Dawn Reinhardt, Leslie Walker, Mary Ann Keefe. And our set builder, Mr. Randy Koldehoven, with his assistants John Lindquist and Bruce Reinhardt. Becky Schobel and staff, our set artists, with assistants Heather Nelson, Laura Renlin, Sally Hatcher, and Terry Moore.
And from Downers Grove, and beautiful music, the man who makes the sound happen, Mr. Jim Poole.
And Miss Carrie DeMacy, our choreographer. And not only Charlie, but our music and vocal director, Mr. Jim Molina. And now, the director of our show, the one, the only, Miss Jan Barker. And the two that keep it all together, the producers of our show, Miss Nancy Griggs and Stacey DeGarris.
Thank you.